you. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the 135th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace for Tuesday, September 15th, 2020. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the Public Teachings in English. My name is Rick Cremond. I'll be a host today along with Mark, and I believe the Universal Council is ready to go with today's presentation. Can we hear from a Universal Council member to begin today's show? Okay, I had to allow them to unmute, so you should be able to speak there now if you were trying to speak.
Yes, yes,
Sorry about
thank you,
that.
Rick. Okay, so all right. Uh, Hello, everybody. Welcome, as Rick says always, welcome, my dear ones, welcome, my dear souls, to the One Planet, One Nation, One Race for World Peace. And I'll read it to you how it is. Through the beauty of the soul of diversity of the languages spoken on planet Earth, all souls are as equal and all souls are as creators as they are created in the image of the Creator. So beautiful it is. So, welcome again to this oneness, to this one love, to this universal being community. I mean, we are all stepping there. And thank you. Thank you all for coming, for attending. So, Rick, can you go to the next slide, please? Okay. This is is Caroline is here? Caroline, are you here? Hello. This is an invitation to Linz, Austria exhibition, which is ongoing now, and it is very what I can say. I have no words. It is the loveliest thing ever happened on earth. So I am reading this. I think Caroline has posted this. Many thanks to all who have already visited the exhibition to Austria. Information for registration under Keshe Foundation. Opening hours until 30th of September 2020. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So please, my dear ones, my dear souls, uh, attend, uh, attend, okay? Uh, can, yes, the links, Rick, yes, this state with this. And everyone is, especially the Austrian citizens, are free to go there and register, and all others have to register in a way. So, can we go to the next slide, Rick? This is very beautiful. A body enhancement unit, a material body enhancement unit. In this invitation, you can see the enhancement units and other the systems of uh, reactors and guns. And so this is a universal body enhancement unit. Exhibition started September 3rd. It has started from September 3rd, 2020. Entry ticket will be available in this link. Please do go to the link and have the tickets. This is also called the material enhancement unit, and the material is of your need. This is an enhanced material. You will be enhanced and go inside the going inside the enhancement unit will be a universal experience. So please go and register yourself if you are from other nation also. But for the Austrian people, this is free, and this is lovely to see all these all these soulful, soulful, I will say soulful units, reactors, guns, materials, so beautiful. And my Messiah, Shriman M. Kesh, Mehran Tavakoli Keshe, has done a hard work, and the core team has done a hard work to open up to the public with this. Please go. Please, I welcome on behalf of the Keshe Foundation to go there. This is the ticket site also, the Keshe Foundation store, and here you can go and do the payment as needed to visit the exhibition and enlighten yourself, my dear ones. So thank you so much. Be in the enhancement unit, be enhanced, be be in the universal community forever, in the energy of the love of the Creator. So, uh, Rick, can we go to the next slide, please? So this is again the enhancement unit. This is uh, invitation to Linz, Austria exhibition, Universal Body Enhancement Spaceship Unit. You can see this whole unit, um, a little detail about it in the YouTube link given. And the Material Enhancement Spaceship Unit is in this YouTube link. You can go through it and have your soul advance. This is the open version of the open image of the enhancement unit, and my Messiah is standing, and this is so lovely to see him. Um, what I can say, I have no words, but anybody can go there and sit there and enhance themselves. Be the giver, be the receiver. You have to receive the universal love and to give again. So this is the way you have to go and have the enhancement unit if you can, or a group can, or a hospital can, or a university can. Please go and see the exhibition and take the advantage of the universal love. I mean, take the knowledge of the universal love. That is the way in the physicality we can enhance our uh, own physical soul, by eradicating many, many diseases we have been through, all from eons. This is also showing the middle structure. It's like a sun, and the elements also are like I can say it's like planets giving love. We can the materials you need because as a being, we are all universal being in the soul level. So we need the material in an enhanced form, in a superconductor form, and you will get it here. You will receive it here as you go in the enhancement machine with the material in it. Take what you need. The enhancement unit will say, "Are you ready to receive? Then receive." And then when you come, you go out, be the giver. So this is the way this enhancement unit always work and will be working, as we are also plasma beings, a true human in nature, and we will at service to the humanity with these enhancement units and all other reactors, guns, and other form of presentation there. So, Rick, can you go to the next slide? Is Caroline here? Um, you can say about the if you are here. No, she is not here. Okay. So, Rick, can you go to the next slide? See, it is we have finished this. There is a presentation for of our universal support, the Dome of Peace. It is Stefania is not here. So anybody who wants to read this, any member of council member or any knowledge seeker want to read this, or hello, the Dome of Peace.
I can read it.
Okay, Emmanuel, thank you so much.
The Dome of Peace from Mr. Keshe. Please remember this Sunday and every Sunday from now on until we raise the soul of this planet to a peaceful planet. KF knowledge seekers worldwide will spread the Gan's waters around the world at 12 p.m. CET and or 18 p.m. CET every Sunday at the same time as they choose which time to sue them. Thank you for participating in this greatest movement by the soul of the man to bring about the peace of this planet as a permanent feature of the life of this planet.
So this is the Dome of Peace, the home of peace. We are creating the home for all, they are there with us. So this is the home we are creating. Please pray on Sundays. I request, it's a call of love. You can say that. Please pray on the Sundays. The time is given in the Telegram, in the chats, in the Facebook, everywhere. Please go. and be the collective soul for ascension with the ascension of Mother Earth, as she is a biological being and we are energy. She is energy and we are energy too. So both of us in collective way ascending, knowing unknowingly. So I will say that please join the spraying with a little gans in it. In the sprays, you can mix a little gans, pure gans in it, and spray it anywhere you can for the pillars to be strong, more and more strong all over the world. Thank you. Uh, uh, there is a presentation by dear Birgit. Birgit, you are here?
Yes, Sweta, thank you for
Okay.
your wonderful words.
Okay. Thank you. Birgit, yes, you have a presentation. You can present now. I
Okay,
mean,
thank you.
uh, Rick, there is a presentation there. Have Mary send you the slide? It will come. This invitation will come after Birgit's presentation. So, Rick, hello.
Yes, hello.
Birgit will present. Have you? Is she send you a slide or something, or she will just present? Birgit.
I don't think I have a slide.
So, Birgit, you are going to present now.
I'm ready for this, and I think you have every pictures.
You have sent
Uh,
pictures.
Yes.
yeah, I'll have
So,
to find those. Just
The pictures
where are
are
they?
in this row of this document I see on my PC. I think.
after the UC invitation.
Yes, this is this. This is
Okay.
it.
Okay. Okay. So I will invite the. Okay. This is.
Yes, that's it.
Okay. Okay. You can start. I will read the invitation afterward. Okay,
Okay.
Birgit.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much. So, everyone, I say to everyone, welcome, and I'm very happy to be with you here today. And I want to make a little presentation, and the reason is because of the actual theme with the GANs and also the wonderful soul teaching from Marie, and so this inspired me to do this in trans to do this presentation. Okay, so the name of it is Interaction of Our Energy Fields in the Human Body with the Environment. We are all aware that everything is energy, that we as human are pure energy. Therefore, everything that surrounds us is always in connection with everything with our energy fields. Everything in our environment has an influence on us and vice versa. So we absorb energy fields and information all the time. Most of the time we are not aware of it because we are busy with other everyday things. I know that conscious people perceive this differently and are mostly aware of it. There are people who are very empathic and take everything more strongly, and there are people who can handle foreign, even negative energy fields better. I have many experience in this area and would like to tell you something about it today. In my thinking, I'm always striving to make knowledge tangible. Ex- Especially in the present time, many people know that it is important to change their behaviors, their habits, and their thinking in order to master the rise into the golden age. Most people often do not know how they should deal with this situation. So, Rick, can you give me please the next slide? Thank Thank you. And that's the reason why I do this, because there are so many people who know about the things that are happening, and but they did not know how to handle with it. And so this you see is human energy system. There you see on the left side the chakras, and you know, I think you, every one of you know, we have these energy fields in our inside of our body. We have more than 2,000 chakras all over in our body, and also we have the aura, and sometimes the aura is between 7 and 10 meters around the human body. I have some very interesting experience with people, and how to feel the aura with your hands. It's very interesting, and the reaction. And everyone can feel that with the hand chakras. Where is your aura, and how it feels. So then we have also the torus field. And the torus field is connected, like the chakras and the aura, with the source of the universe. Always. Don't stop, no breaking, always connected. And sometimes we can feel it and sometimes we don't. Thank you, Rick. Please, can you give me the next one? So, and now a little picture here with the interaction with the environment. So our energy system is always in interaction with the nature, with the animals, people that are around us, and the universe. And I put some fields around the chakra body picture, so to make it better understand that we are connected. Since we are in energetic connection with everything in our environment, we naturally perceive everything in vibrations and information, and partly also unconsciously. So sometimes we feel it, that we are connected. Mostly, I think, when we are in nature, because this is another area when we there, and everything most peaceful, and we feel more joy and freedom inside. So we feel the connection, and when we look at the stars, we feel it. Sometimes feels like yes, freedom and peaceful feelings inside. And when we're together with a lot of people, I think we don't feel it so good that we are connected. I think we feel it when we're together with people that are spiritual and conscious, and then we can feel it more, I think. So thank you, Rick. Please, the next one. So, and the energies in our environment are different things. First, I want to tell you something about the theme words. Everything that we can name with one word has an energy field, vibration field. And in my systemic work, I often write words on a neutral sheet of paper. For example, the word anger or joy. Then I turn it over, lay it on the bottom, on the floor, and ask someone to stand on it. The person does not know what is written on it. And ask them to come and feel what they perceive. The result is often very amazing. Sometimes people feel exactly the energy of the word, perhaps anger. So they feel it in their stomach, they feel it in their breath, or in the neck. and sometimes they don't feel a lot of it. So this is the situation when the people don't have any connection with this theme, no connection with anger or something. So there is no extremely feeling for this one. So we know that words make us react emotionally when they are spoken, read, or heard. This is because we connect emotions with words. These feelings are connected to our emotional body, to our aura and the chakras. That is why words to every the last sentence I cannot read. I don't know why. The words go into our system. It comes to our system, uh, our emotional field in the aura. There you can feel it, and there you can perhaps someone can see it, and there it takes a seat and stays there. And it could be a good feeling, it could be a bad feeling. So thank you, Rick. Please the next one. So um, words, the words like anger, sadness, disappointment, resignation, or hate, and also love, joy, hope, and security. They come to us with an energy field and connect and make a link to us, to our system, to the chakras or to the aura, and we feel it. We feel it every word, and it feeds our energy system with the energy that is inside this word. Yeah, anger, don't feels good. Sadness don't feels good, and every word could be felt in a different place of our energy system, from our chakra system or the aura. And love has another feeling like hate, and everyone knows that. So, so I cannot read everything. I don't know why. Um, I don't know what the problem is. No, okay. Um, so it is very important to think about what we say, which word we speak, and how we tell things, and how much emotion we put inside the things we say. And so, yes, that is so very important to be conscious with everything we think and say, the words we say to another person. So the next one, please, Rick. Thank you. So, so energies in our environment, now the theme feelings. Many have already experienced what is what it is like when we come into a room with many people. If somebody is in a good mood and motivated, it can happen that this person is negative influenced by the energy of a person in this room. Maybe because this person thinks very negatively about himself or others. If you are not stable in yourself and conscious of yourself, the person does not know what just happened and why he is suddenly not well anymore. This can also be exactly the other way around. Someone is depressed and sad and comes into a room with people who are full of love and freedom, and yes, the person feels better and has more light in his energy fields because of the other ones. So it's very interesting with the animals. because animals feel it much more earlier, the energy coming, and they react. They react earlier before human beings can react. So thank you very much. And the next picture, please. So we can all observe ourselves, what it is like when we have bad thoughts, especially about ourselves and also about others. Our body reacts immediately. Our heart chakra contracts, the basket becomes tight, and the neck tightens. Also, the legs often become heavy, and the solar plexus is under pressure. With the awareness that we ourselves are responsible for these effects on our body, we can immediately redirect this feeling. Every spiritual person has moments in his life when he or she simply falls into old thoughts patterns for a short time. But with our clear decision and our mindfulness, we can consciously create a good feeling and healing for our body, mind, and soul by paying attention to our thoughts. It is our free choice at any moment how we feel. Thank you, Rick. The next one, please. So now a little other thing with the energies in our environment is the theme protection. Sometimes people don't know how to handle with the bad or not good feelings coming from outside by people or by places. There are a lot of energies around us which are unpleasant and come to us from both people, non-people, and places. Yes, it is not only living beings that have an influence on us. Often there are many localized energies due to negative events from the past. We can help ourselves energetically to protect ourselves from these energies. I know that we are fundamentally always protected because we are connected to the original source of creation. But there are souls that are just beginning to understand and walk the path to themselves and to be aware of who they really are. There is, there is the possibility to visualize a protective energy field and to ask for this protective field. For example, I ask the original source of creation for a protective energy field against all negative fields that surround me. We can also, with our thoughts, consciously ward off negative perceptions by going into the vibration of conditional love, by clearly saying to ourselves, I am light and love. So please the next one, Rick. So now there's a little um, idea for protection to have a better feeling to be protected. A wonderful exercise is to connect with our heart and the sun of our galaxy. We breathe in deeply, and while breathing out, we send our heart energy to our sun. After a few breathes, we feel how raw the soul of the sun, sends its energy to us back. We, you must remember, we come from the universe. I know, everyone you know this. Then we can extend it to the sun of our galaxy and connect with it through our heart energy. Even then we feel the resonance. There is a very intense field in exchange with the suns of our galaxy. It gives us a feeling of love and protection. So, thank you, Rick. Next one, please. So, there are a lot of ways to heal our energy. When we have problems with all these energies around us, when our skin is very thin and we sometimes don't know how to handle with it, there's a lot of possible things. First, on the left side, I showed a symbol of think the right thoughts. So when we try to think good things, good words, and don't think bad about other ones and our lives. And so when we have good thoughts, we normally feel good and we can change things with our thoughts, even in 1 second. So, and feeling is very, very, very important by healing our energies. So it's very important to open our heart and feel and let your walls fall down. A lot of people, when we are older, and there we have a lot of walls because we were hurt by other people. And now it's the perfect time to, yes, to heal these walls and let it fall down. Another kind of help is the energy work. There we can clean the energy chakras, the aura, and every fields around us. And then another one is, of course, plasma. This is an absolutely wonderful energy when you work with it, and you can get in connection with it, and you will get the help to heal your energy fields. So another one is music. We all love music, and when we hear music that goes straight to our heart, yes, there is healing directly in every field, and especially when we hear music with 432 heart. So another one is quantum healing. It's a kind of energy work. And yes, then what the most important thing is love yourself and other creatures um, of the source. And that is mostly for most people not so easy because we have a special structure given us since we were a child, and the system and everything. So we have to learn the most important thing ourselves, by ourselves. And it is very, very beautiful having so much wonderful souls around us, helping us to go this way, to love ourselves. So the other thing is the nanotechnology. And yes, this energy fields can help us heal our energy fields, and um, when we have when we are blocked in some systems, it can help to relax. So the other thing is symbols. The symbols have a really, really strong energy for helping us, like the flower of life as a special. Then the very, very important thing is eat healthy food. Most people don't think that this is so important, but when you eat bad food that was with a lot of pesticides and something, and meat and all these things, then the body goes sick. And when we eat food that is really, yeah, biologic, and the best thing is making the food ourselves in our garden, but not everyone can have it. So it is very important to look to what we buy and where it comes from. So, and the last thing is go into the nature, because the nature, yes, the field in the nature, there are a lot of high energy fields in the nature, and you can breathe it, you can feel it in your aura, and in the aura and in the nature, there are also other creatures. They help us to clean our aura when we say, please, can you help me to clean our aura? And so everything I said here, of all the examples, you can try, and I think you did. And yes, thank you very much. The next one, please, Rick. So some last words. Mindfulness, become aware. It is not always easy in your daily life to be mindful and aware of who we are. It often demands a lot from us to concentrate on ourselves and our environment. But we are all responsible for everything that happens around us. We create everything ourselves, whether consciously or unconsciously. Therefore, it is important not to point our finger at others, but to understand that we ourselves are creators of our reality. Some words from Sadhguru. I want the world to realize that turning inward is the greatest joy. In comparison and other pleasures is a decreasing step. I thank you very much for being here with you all. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Rick. I'm ready with my text.
Thank you, Birgit. Thank you. So beautiful. You shared. So wonderful. So colorful. So wise. So lovely. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for presenting. Thank you. Thank you, Birgit.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Namaste. Salam. Uh, it's Mari. Mari, are you here? You want to do the soul teaching? Mari? Hello, dear Mari?
I'm not seeing her in the list right now. Let me look at the attendees.
Okay, Stefania, you want to say something, Stefania?
Yes, good afternoon.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I don't know
Welcome.
if there are some videos that Mary prepared for the soul teaching. We can start to watch the video and then have discussion.
Yes, of course. Go ahead, please.
Rick, did you receive some video from Mary to show regarding the soul teaching?
I don't think so, no. There was only the presentation here, I believe. Do you mean the videos of the unit from Austria? Or something else?
Yeah, no, I was thinking, like last week, I don't know if Mary sent you some more video about the soul teaching. of 119 knowledge seeker?
No, no other
No.
videos.
Okay, so anyone has a question or answer about what we just showed now? Because it's very beautiful, these things of mindfulness, to become aware. Because I really liked when unconsciously, subconsciously, we do create the reality around us. So we underestimate the power that we have inside us. And these teaching are all about this, to try to remind each others of the power that we got inside us. And this was one of the things that in the Mojan, Mr. Keshe talked a lot. As I said many times, he kept say to us that our soul is stronger than the sun, and we are image of the creator. So we are basically same as the creator. So the creator is inside us. So we have to just learn to take off this strength that we have inside us. And as I said last teaching, one, you don't need many person. One person can change the entire earth and universe and galaxy and the whole universe. So every action that we do has like a ripple effect. And this has the concept. That's why it's very important in this present time become self-responsible, even with a small everyday choice that we make. So as Mr. Keshe said in the past teaching, that can be a simple choice that you make daily. You have to just think, it just suit only you, or it's for the benefit also for others. And just with this simple choice, we can make enormous change.
I like to say something.
Yes, please.
As you say, as you said, Stefania, last week when I drove to my work, there are some hills I have to go with the car, and when I drove down on the left side, there was a biker going up the hill very slowly. So in the back of him, a long row of cars. And when I passed this situation, I thought, so some people said, I cannot do anything. I cannot reach everything. I'm only one person. And then I thought, okay, that's a very good example for the different thinking, because one person on a bike can stop a lot of cars behind them. Thank you.
You're welcome. that was good. A good example. yeah. I wanted to say something, but just come out of my head. So yes, there is so much that everyone can do. But we have to introduce this way of thinking that we've forgotten, and we just go back now to think in this way. And it's very important if we want to create a new word. So we have to switch to a new way of thinking, and also to have a clear vision of where we want to go. That's why it's such important the peace treaty. And also it's important to have to share one vision. I wanted to say something, but I cannot remember, and a little bit thinking what I wanted to say, because before I want to say something, but just come out of my head right now. Yesterday we had yeah. What do you want to?
I was going to say, if you want a minute to remember, we have Marco with his hand up here who has a question.
Perfect. Yes, please do.
Okay, Marco, go ahead. You should be able to speak there now.
Okay, thank you very much. Ciao Stefania, ciao Rick. I was listening to the paper and the things that we were talking about 10 minutes
If you
ago.
could say who you are and where you're from first, that'd be great. Thank you.
I'm Marco Finocchiaro. I'm talking from Italy. I'm a supporter, a UC supporter. And I'm now also translating on the Italian platform. A thing I wanted to add is I found it very interesting when Mr. Keshe talked about how important it is to be humble, to receive the fields from outside, because the major fields in some way give their energy to the lower fields, if I'm not wrong. And so he marked a lot, and he spent a lot of time emphasizing how important it is to be humble mentally, intellectually, to be humble physically, and not to be arrogant. And this is something I would add to the beautiful things that were written before on the slide. Did you hear me?
Yes, clearly.
Okay, thank you. I only wanted to add this. I don't know if it...
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, please go ahead, Rick.
Is it clear what I meant to say? Did I express myself well?
Yes, I understand
Okay.
what you say. Thank you very much for your words.
Thank you.
I just want to share yesterday in the testimonial we had Riccardo, and was very useful his testimonial, and I think it's connected with the teaching of today. He managed to help by distance a person who was ill, infected with the virus, and he connect at the soul level, and he surprised himself how fast affected was this way of working. He's a healer, so he already spent a lot of time on working with the fields, and listen to him because I'm not a healer, even though I always wanted to learn about the fields in the past, since I can remember, but I never took that road as a profession. I was really fascinating to see. He to me looked like a man in the future, who looked like how we all gonna be in the near future, especially once this enhancement unit will be spread in different parts of the world, and we gonna gain more knowledge. And he clearly had this ability of filling the fields easily. And like Mr. Keshe said to us many times, to focus on the fields at not in the guns. I found this still quite difficult. I don't like the word difficult, use the word difficult, but maybe I could use, I see myself that I need to improve more. And listen to a person, Ricardo, that he could do this easily. He could tell how far the mangrove fields were going just through his feelings. He could tell many things if he was doing something good or something there was not quite good when he was building the mini mangrove or the caps. You really have this communication with the what for me now still unknown, like a ground that I want to explore. So it was very fascinated to see a person that it had really this connection with the fields. And I could see him be very confident on receiving information and understand if something was positive, if it was giving energy or not. Because I like what Mr. Keshe said last Thursday. There is not right and wrong, but there is just giving and take. Like some fields you receive or you give energy. So it's all about giving and take. If you think about the fields. And was very fascinating for me to see all the skill he had in such a point that he helped this person who was extremely ill by distance. I know this is not new things. I know that many healers can do this. I had the experience of distance healing, so I know, I felt it in myself. But yeah, so I just I hope that by working together with this technology and working at the soul level, we all reach these skills, and we become closer, like the creator. So working at the soul level. And with him, I could really see the ending, and I could see where we're going towards, and how life it will be much easier for all of us, and definitely less suffering and lots of fun. Yeah, I just wanted to share this. I don't know if anyone want to add anything on this.
Yes, I would like to jump here for 1 minute, please.
Thank you, Jalal.
Thank you, Stephanie. Because we are already manufacturing the enhancement unit, I would like the UC members to add one more word to one nation, one planet, one race, and that is one soul. Because now we are working with the soul. So please consider that. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Jalal. Can I say something, Stefania?
Yes,
Hello?
please. Yes.
Okay, I thank you, Jalal. Salam, namaste. Yes, we should, because this is now in this time, the soul is working. The soul is the only thing we are working on. Only, I will say, a immortal being within us. First, thank you for the suggestion. We will do that. And I want to add something about the lens exhibition, that this is the beauty in the visible light of the creator, uh, the machine or the plasma enhancement unit or the material enhancement unit. This is the step all people, humanity can see. People can see, go there and step in to the. This is the first step towards the universal community, to be in the universal community, to feel the love of the creator. So this has happened before. We were one rate, one race, one planet, and universal energy. I can say eons before, or thousands of years ago, or hundreds of years ago. We were together in the oneness as one soul, with all these advanced, I'll say, the most supreme love of this technology. We were growing up like that. But then we departed because of many reasons. We all know of this physicality. And now this beauty has again appeared. And everybody should be conscious about that, as knowledge is the key. There was a question I want to answer in the last One Race, One Planet and One Nation, asked by a lady named Marianne, I think. Am I? I don't know. I perfectly don't remember her name, but that there was a lady. She was asking that if anybody with bad thought enters the enhancement unit, then what will happen? So the I in the understanding of my level of understanding, I will say that in the universe there is no such thing as bad thought, because this is where these parasitic people, parasitic beings fails. You know, bad thoughts never exist. This is the physical greed, not the soul intention. If you go inside the enhancement unit with the physical greed, then you will come out as if you have got in there, and you will blame everybody or everything or the enhancement unit, that nothing has happened, because you haven't opened to the universal love. So this is how it will work. You have to receive the knowledge and to be a giver inside that enhancement unit, if you want to, if you want to be. So this is the knowledge you have to be, otherwise there is no bad thought. The universal ethos has not no bad thoughts. It's only uh, get your connection. The soul connects with the universal love, and your soul has to be there to feel the soul, not the physical material. If the soul wants to manifest, then it will manifest. So the answer is, if there is no bad thoughts, these are all physical needs, physical greed, and it will not enhance the physical greed. It will, you have to leave the physical greed and go in the enhancement unit with all the love of the soul, to receive and to be a giver. So that this is what I want to say. I want to share about that question, and thank you for listening to me. I don't know I am able to explain it or not, but in the level of understanding of me and my soul, I will say you have to be uh, soulful. You know, you have to forget about some time about this physicality, because there is a very load on it, and at this moment, so you have to get rid of this load. I mean, you have to somehow detach and let go for some time if you are entering the enhancement unit. If you are not, even that also works. If you are entering the enhancement unit, be in the love of the creator, then it will work. You will get the knowledge, and when you come out, you will be a giver forever for humanity. So this is what I want to say. Thank you. Thank you so much. Anybody wants to share anything, please do. Welcome.
Anyone would like to make a thank you, Sweta. Thank you so much. It's always nice to hear your voice. Is anyone would like to add anything or say anything?
I'll remind the attendees they can put their virtual hands up and we can recognize you to speak.
Definitely, in the motion, the connection was very important. Very, very important. Like, it was super important. I remember Mr. Keshe really stressed us that we need to connect. It's a bit like now with the Universal Council, that we have to become one soul. And the same was when we were in the motion. And as I said before, he said to us, you are connected when you start to see each other in the dreams. So I said it many times. So if we are in the dreams and I see you in my dreams, and I said to you, oh, I saw you yesterday. We were all sitting at the same table, and I had a glass of whatever of water, and you had a white t-shirt, and the other person said to me, yeah, I had white t-shirt and I remember you drinking a glass of water. That means when you are connected in the dream. So that's why it's very, very important for all of us to connect it through the Dome of Peace in different way. Spray the guns or connect it with the enhancement unit. That is another way to connect it. Or connected at the soul level between all of us. That's why it's important to share the same wish and the same vision. That is, I really deeply feel that it's super important. And maybe because this is my assumption, by being connected, we're creating this, we close the circle, no? We're making this container. And as we know from the teaching of Mr. Keshe, and he taught us in the soul teaching, that you need to contain the fields to be able to materialize your wish. And I do agree with what Marco said, that we need to be humble to be able to receive. And all these things are things that how you said, we need to, they're gonna come like become like a home. So like it will become like a second nature if we keep in remind each others. And this and that's why this meeting of the Tuesday and the Thursday are very important. Just like it's a reminder of what we can do. And slowly, I have the feeling that everything will happen effortless. Like I said to you, what happened in the motion, that at the physical level, you give your best. And at the physical level, you follow the 5 pillars, and yeah, you do your best. Every day you do your best. You are your own judge.
Stefania, I want to add a little more. I forget to add about in the answer. Can I do that? Hello? Hello? Hello, Rick, can you hear me?
Sorry, the line went off. Yeah, can you hear me, or the line is really bad?
Can I add something?
Yeah, the line is really bad, isn't it?
Now, can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, please go ahead.
I want to add, thank you. I want to add that this is the time of transition, and every every being, most of the being, those who are vertical knows this, and man should be prepared for this transition using the plasma water or the enhancement unit, or even soulfully if you are connecting with the universal community. This time in this transition, we have to be very careful what we wish for. This time in the North American Corona soulful teaching, dear Alex Scorik was teaching beautifully, wonderfully that, and he taught that this time self-service is not with the expense of others. You cannot do that. Self-service with the enhancement of others. If you are entering the enhancement unit, if you are doing it soulfully, if you are awakening somebody by even telling 2 words of love, do it. This time, be truthful and get away as much as you can with this physical greed. And we know the energies we are around, we are also energy, and we are always attracted to energies. So I will say the energies around us are not in the form of a good intention to our physicality. So we have to let go of many energies. Like uh, I will say straight that many religious aspects, many social stigmas, many things we have to let go. These are all energies, these are also viruses. We have to remember that. And fake teachers, fake gurus, fake things we have to let go. We have to enhance things and see things more clear. We have the ability to do that. Enhance every pain given, enhance it, you will get the knowledge. Knowledge is the key. So this is how we can enter into a truthful civilization, a real civilization. We are now only running to survive. So self-service with the expense of others is not tolerable. Self-service with enhancement of others is lovely and beautiful. And we will get to interact with the universal community easy, in a simple way, in a truthful way, as they want us to, in a clean way with this technology, with the plasma waters, even standing with an enhanced being, of love, as many of us are listening, not even listening, because our soul knows the beauty of the soul. So this is what I want to share. And we are also a being of plasma. When you stand, wherever you stand, there is the point of light. Enhance it. You can. Everybody can do that. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rick. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you, Alex, for the teaching, beautiful teaching. Thank you.
Thank you for your wonderful thoughts.
Thank you, Birgit. Thank you so much. So anybody wants to share something? Some experience or knowledge seeker, Universal Council member, Universal Council support? Anybody wants to share about the LINS exhibition? I just want to say it's so joyful. I have never felt this joy before in my life. Even in the chaos, I can feel the love, the joy, and the love in Masaya's eye, and the love he shared with all, and the hard work the foundation, the core team foundation was doing. Uh, I will say, I love you. This is the word connects to everything. So if there anybody wants to share anything, uh, please do share, please.
Yes, hello, here's Andreas. I
Oh,
had been at the exhibition in Linz, and I was very interested in the fields there, and there was the opportunity with the single gases in bottles where you can give your hands around the bottle and feel, or you can have the left hand that, for example, a CO2 gas and the right hand at the other gas. And I tried a lot to different constellations with my hands. Sometimes I felt something, sometimes I felt nothing. And it's not so easy to explain what is happening there. Or standing in between the two universal systems, you feel that the fields are flowing, or at the 5-cup systems, you come from different sides to it and you feel different fields, and yeah, a lot of other things where you can feel into it. It's not so easy to know what is happening in that moment, but the more time goes by every day, you realize that there is so much balancing in yourself. When you had before negative thoughts, you have suddenly the same thoughts, but there is no negative emotion attached to it, and you just get peacefuler. You suddenly realize that every human soul, what was there, is part of this whole collective field. You realize the love which is shared by all who helped there. And it's an observation process after it. It can be a little bit uncomfortable when the fields are balancing, but when you just let it balance, then it gets much easier. And there are so many things what we can learn afterwards in this balancing process, in observing how and what that means, this balancing. It's not so easy to describe it in words, but I'm very thankful for that experience and for everyone who put his love inside this exhibition, and all others, for all other knowledge seekers who work together around the world. I'm just thankful for the whole experience. Thanks to the whole team.
Oh, thank you, Andreas. Dear Andreas, you have shared so much beauty, so wonderful. Many of us, I know, has felt it right through our heart and soul. Thank you so much. You felt so much beauty. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. Salam, namaste.
Yes, Gunther here speaking. Do you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
go ahead.
Okay. Yes, I was last week also at the exhibition in Linz. I drove there with the car, and I stand up very early in the morning at 3 o'clock. And at 10 o'clock, I was at the exhibition. And before I went to the exhibition, I was very hungry because I had only a banana and an apple as breakfast. So I went into the exhibition, and I was very surprised about the fields there, about the systems, the energy. And what happened to me was At the time I was in there, I had no hunger more. In the afternoon I went out and the hunger came back. So the fields in that exhibition fulfilled or filled my hunger feelings. So this was very exciting for me. This was a new experience. And if you can go to Linz, please do. It's so fantastic to see, to feel it. It's wonderful. Thank you, team, for this beautiful exhibition. Thanks a lot.
Jacob, is it you? Hello, Jacob. Hello.
No, it was Gunther.
No, it's Gunther.
Okay. Thank you for sharing so much. Thank you very, very much sharing the beauty. Thank you so much your experiences. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Hello, Joseph Becker from Austria is speaking. I want to tell you, I was at the exhibition, but what happened when I was driving back home? I was driving back and I decided to make a stop. There I ate something and there were two people. And I decided after I finished my eating to talk to them, to tell them what I have experienced, to tell them that such a technology, such a knowledge is already there. And I talked to them and they couldn't believe. After a few minutes, it was the feeling I have to stop. So we ended this discussion and I sat back down to my table and I felt a little bit drained. And but then the next discussion started and both of them fed it back to me. We were not speaking about plasma technology, but it was like both souls got the information, the field strength, and they feed it back to me thankful, but we were just speaking about cars. So it's sometimes you will speak to people, you want to tell them the knowledge, and it seems that that the physicality of them can't believe it or don't want to know it. But the souls always receive. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. Thank you for sharing. I can say, as you said, the physicality blocks and the soul always receive. It is same as the soul are all equal. Even in the child, you can see the soul is aware of everything around. So when the child grows, we say the child is like his father or her mother, or she or he. So this is how the physicality, the soul then compressed by the physicality, and the physicality grows like that, and the soul remains in between. So this is how you have experienced, and thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. Namaste, salam.
Sometimes I think everyone have experience like this. Sometimes you go to an area where you were not before, in a town or something like this, and you meet people you did not you never seen before. But when you talk to them, then you have the feeling you know them since ever, since all the time. And that's very, very interesting. You speak the same words, you feel the same things, and yes, you listen and hear the right things and the same things. So that's one example for we are all we are one soul. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Birgit. It's true, we are one soul. As Jalal said, that we have to add one soul. That is so beautiful. Thank you.
I see we have an attendee with a hand up. Maria, would you like to go ahead?
Hello, you can hear me?
Yes.
I'm in translating in Portuguese teaching.
Okay.
Só um minutinho. 1 minute. Gente, eu só vou falar uma coisa e depois eu traduzo aqui para vocês. I'm really happy to be able to hear all this discussion about how we all connect with love, and it's really cool to see how people are learning, people around me that know the technology are learning more to be good, to be compassionate, to be love. And it's really good to have all these people across the world that help me, at least help me to be, to continue to be in this path, you know, to be on love and in close to the creator. I'm really happy and thank you. This is everything that I have to say.
Thank you, Mare, for sharing. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
This is lovely. Thank you.
I just want to ask if Mary, she's a knowledge seeker, so she's new to the plasma technology or I was interested in that.
Yeah, actually, a friend sent to me the link of One Cup, One Life, and I know across I don't know 4 months, 5 months right now. I just have to translate what I say to the people that are hearing me, so I just need a minute, and I just see you. Just a minute, please. Que eu estava muito feliz em estar aqui, é muito bom ouvir todas as pessoas falando sobre o amor e estar nesse caminho de se conhecer e de entender, né, mais isso, mais essa tecnologia. E ela perguntou para mim se eu era uma buscadora de conhecimento e quanto tempo eu estava, né, na fundação, e eu disse que eram 5 meses. É isso. Thank you so much for this opportunity, for talking and for hearing me. I'm really happy to be here.
So Mary, you just know the plasma technology, the Keshe Foundation, just 4 months?
Yeah.
Oh wow. And you already translated in Portuguese. Wow, very good.
Actually, I started to study more deeply 4 months now, but I know the technology in 2 years. A friend of mine that is Rafael, that translates to in the Wednesday in the public teachings. He introduced me the pen, the healthy pen. I don't know exactly how you I don't remember how you say English, but the healthy pen. But I don't have a lot of contact with this, just more now. Sorry.
Pain pen is what it's called sometimes.
Okay. Pain pen. Okay. So 1 minute, please. Eles me perguntaram que eu estava aqui há um tempo e que só estou aqui 4 meses, já estou traduzindo, já fazendo tradução para vocês. Eu disse que eu conheço a tecnologia já há 2 anos o Rafael me apresentou, mas que eu tenho estudado mais profundamente agora, dentro desses 4 meses. Ok? Thank you, guys.
So far you're having, I suppose that, of course, you like it because you just said it. So far you're having a good experience with the cup, and you are in a similar background. Like, did you already familiar with fields, magnetic fields, or this is a completely new way of thinking? Did you understand my question? Because I know I have not very good line. Did you, Mary, do you understand my question?
Maria, your microphone is muted, so maybe she's translating on the other side.
Sim, eu estava. Yes, I was
There we go.
translating in another. I'm sorry. You asked to me this question.
Yeah, I ask you because you new to the Keshe Foundation, to the plasma technology. I was curious to know how, because you said you are start to build the cup, and you go more deeply. You started more deeply into the knowledge. So
Yes.
I was curious to know. Obviously, you must have a good experience, good. How you said? Experience with the cup. I was wondering if you're already in these fields, or if you're already in this. For you, thinking about fields, thinking about magnetic fields, or how the universe works, is a new things, or do you already have a similar background? Yeah.
Okay. I will try to answer your question the best way that I can. I don't think that I have like a lot of experience with the cup. Actually, I don't know nothing. Basically, for me, I'm trying to understand something, but sometimes it's difficult. What I understand is the basic, where I can talk with people around me about it. But it's interesting how I feel the energy, actually, how the cup make me feel after I build the cup, is really peaceful. The way that makes me feel since I build the cup, really more peaceful than before. I answer you everything.
Yes, and I just wanted to know if you're already familiar to this way of thinking, or your background is completely different. Like,
No. Yeah, I was already. My mom actually is really not close to the Keshe Foundation, but close to these things about energy and nature, and be wow good. My mom always teach me this since I was little, so I'm always close to this type of things of energy and this stuffs, everything about it. I'm really connected with this, really connected.
okay, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, welcome here in the Keshe Foundation.
Thank you, gratitude. I appreciate it.
Thank you for sharing your experience.
Thank you for letting me speak here.
I'm building a cup for 85-year-old lady, and she's the mother of my boyfriend, actually. And this is the first thing she said when I built up the cup. She said, I feel a fresh air and I'm really calm. This is what she felt straight away. This calmness inside her, less worry about everything. And yeah, it just remind me that. Yeah.
Yes, it's the same feeling that I feel when I build the cups. Was really really good, actually. Again, I don't understand a lot, but I don't think that is for understanding, for thinking, just for feeling. I this is the way that I see the cup. I just try to feel. I think that the knowledge is in the feel, and the way that, I well, is this. Thank you.
And
Yeah,
that's a really, really good point, and that came up when we were talking with Ricardo yesterday, I believe it was, and he was relaying his experiences of feeling the fields, and then he kind of apologized that he didn't have the knowledge and he didn't have all the all of the information and so on about how he was feeling the fields, or what the fields were made out of and that kind of thing, but he could feel the fields. And I had to remind him that all of the knowledge is just to get you to the point where you can feel the fields, and he's already feeling the fields. So in a way, he's already advanced in many ways. And he just has to fill in his information and his understanding to complete, if he wishes to understand more. But he's already doing it. He's already connecting with others at a distance. And he relayed his example of doing a long distance healing process for someone who really needed the plasma water, but it didn't arrive on time due to shipping problems. And he did the whole transfer of that emotional energy over a Zoom call. And he actually took drops from his 1 cup, 1 cup setup, and put them in a cup and put some drops on his tummy, I think it was. And that opened him up to be able to give to the other person who was very weak at the other end from being sick with the covirus, and they were getting weaker and weaker. They needed something to help them, and they were waiting for this plasma water, but it never came through from him. So he gave to that person the emotion, the feeling that they needed, and it uplifted them. And the next day, they got better, and their test for the covirus the next day came up negative. And that's what we showed in the testimonials group. So people can look at that testimonials meeting for September 14th. And it's a great story. It's very beautiful. Now I notice we have Danilo patiently waiting with his hand up here. Perhaps you'd like to go ahead, Danilo.
Hey, hello, Rick. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm also from Brazil, and we are growing so fast in Brazil. But when we watch Mr. Cash recent teachings, is a very advanced knowledge, and it's very difficult for the newcomers to understand the basics. So I'm making a call for the old knowledge seekers if they can help us to understand the basics, because we lack of the basics, you know?
Well, in a way, it's sort of like what I just said is, if people are coming to this teaching, and you're getting lots of them coming, they come for different reasons, but it's all the same soul that's arriving, and they may have different information that they need and so on. But many of these people are already activated or partly activated. They're already feeling the fields before they even get the information, and they already know something about that without having to be told about it. So but it's true. I mean, there's information, there's the knowledge, what's, the teaching and so on. It's vast and there's a lot to it, and there is some basics that need to be learned. But a lot of the basics, if you want to know the basics of GANs or the basics of the soul teaching or the basics of the nanotechnology and so on, there's so much information available now, both from the Keshe Foundation and outside. The Golden Age of GANs is a good resource. The KF Wikipedia, literally thousands of YouTube videos, and many dozens of websites and so on and so forth. It's an overwhelming amount of knowledge and information. It's actually too much. And that makes it difficult perhaps to get down to that basics. But there's some really good videos. There's the Understanding Plasma Science series that I highly recommend. It's a video playlist in the Keshe Foundation YouTube channel. That's the Understanding Plasma Science series. I think it's
Rick, there's 22 series of the Kids Knowledge Seekers Workshop. It's good for the basics.
Yes, that's really true. The Kids Knowledge Seekers workshops are some of the most powerful, but simple and easy to understand workshops that you can imagine. And they're not just for kids, but they are for the child inside of us that happens to come across the Keshe Foundation. And they may not know very much, but they look at Mr. Keshe playing with some magnets or something that indicate what he's talking about, and they get the knowledge of the universe that way. Go ahead, sorry.
So, Rick, but when we have somebody close to us that we can talk, we can ask, it's a pleasure to talk about it, to learn. We lack of human relationship. We lack of people to talk, the people that have more understanding, That's the point I want to reach.
Yeah, and all you need is someone that has the next level of understanding above you. You don't need to talk to someone that's 10 levels above you, because you wouldn't be able to understand them. You can only understand the next level. So that's why there's tens of thousands, if not hundreds or even millions of knowledge seekers around the world. And they're literally in every country of the world. And they find each other. We find through groups, and that's why we have there's various groups where Facebook, Telegram groups, other groups where you can actually contact. Sorry, you got a microphone open, Emmanuel. There's groups, and also the Universal Council. That's what they're set up for. So if people have questions and they want to be able to talk to someone, well, they can contact their Universal Council member, and they can find out where they're from, and then just set them up with other people in their area that might be part of a group where they can get together and talk personally. But in most of our circumstances now, it's the getting together in groups is not advised unless it's a very small group and it's supposed to be your own, family circle or your circle of friends and so on and so forth. So it's a bit difficult for a new person to just come in and start, getting together with other people. It's harder now than it used to be before the COVID hit. But there's lots of ways of doing it online. That's part of what these groups are for. For example, anyone can come in and know virtually nothing and attend these workshops and ask the most innocent, naive, ignorant even questions, and get a full answer, and all the links on where they can go and the people they can contact and all of that. So it's
plus Rick, exactly, Emmanuel, I think that's why you want to talk, because me, Emmanuel, and other people, The Universal Council and the Universal Council supporter, and of course, all the knowledge seeker, this, as you said, it is why the platform of today. We actually divided a different structure for this. So, for example, as we speak, we collecting all the teaching of Mr. Keshe, like Emmanuel, you said, the kids and the other teaching. And we now seeking for help for anyone who's got time and he wants to help with their soul, so they can go into their language groups and can volunteer to help us to we putting together a curriculum for teaching, so people will be able to easily to be able to trace back the knowledge if you want to go back at the beginning, as Mr. Keshe said many times, go back to the old teaching. So what I recommend to this gentleman to get in contact with their language representative, and we organize this. There is a lot to do, so you have to be aware of very few volunteers, so just spare with time, but we all willing to help each others. And also Mr. Keshe also said to learn how to ask to the universe, as we can ask for also for knowledge as well. Maybe that is the shortcut in one way, but yeah. So I take this opportunity to who is present here and is new and he wants to help. We as we speak, we try between all of us to gather in all the knowledge of Mr. Keshe and to translate in different language and to make the Wikipedia, so or making translation of teaching in different language. So we're always looking for more volunteers to help. Yeah. Thank you.
Does that answer your question, Danlo, or would you like to elaborate more?
Yeah, that's it. I'm here asking for help. If somebody can help me, just call me on the group, on One World Family Group, okay? Thank you.
Yep, and those Telegram groups are set up to help people that may not know anything about the Keshe Foundation and are running into trouble with the coronavirus or other issues. Oftentimes they'll not know much or anything about the actual technology end of things and the theory or anything else, and they're just looking for help. So in that case, then we can put them to where to get that help and help them on the physicality level. And that usually piques their interest enough to want to know about, once they've experienced that help and how well it works, they want to know about the technology. They want to know, well, how does that work? What makes it so good? And how can I explain this to others, what happened? And how can I, participate in it and so on. And it really is about being of service. So it's important to, for even the new people coming in, that they learn that it's not about just getting the knowledge and keeping it to yourself and so on. It's about, not just accumulating and getting more knowledge and getting it for yourself, but to actually share and to be of service with that. So like doing things like was just mentioned by Stefania, to participate in translating, transcribing. There's multitudes of different little jobs that can be shared, and that means you have to interact with others and learn and you know, share things and so on. So it's a good chance to start to interact with the plasma of the Keshe Foundation, you could say.
Rick, he can contact us on education@kfssi.org. education@kfssi.org. He will tell us that he wants to help, and we, if he, during the helping, you know, he will learn during when he's helping us, he will learn too, you know, because while you're preparing the topics and the notes for about the topic, he can learn easily, because presently we are working on the basics of the technology. So that's the best chance he has to start knowing more about the technology while helping us building the topics.
Yes,
okay.
exactly. Mm-hmm.
Education@kfssi.org. If you can maybe put it on screen, they can read it.
Okay.
Thank you. Everybody is welcome to join us, and they will learn the basics where we are preparing the topics.
And this is the main reason also why we're doing this Tuesday teaching. It's to get involved everyone together. So new people and new knowledge seekers, everyone who come across this path here in this platform, as this gentleman just did now. He asked for help, so he wanted to know more knowledge, and he now knows that we also looking for people to help us, because there is so much material. We already have so many people who, you know, there is never end of transcribing. Every time the Mr. Keshe sharing knowledge, we have to translate it in all different languages, and we know already that not every language has enough translator. So if you know English plus you know your language, there are so much you can do for your community to spread knowledge. If you got time and you got any skills that you maybe now you don't use because of the pandemic, you can get in contact with us. Again, you can use your the Telegram chat, or you can use anyone you know, anyone who put you in contact with us. Through them, you can reach to the Universal Council or the knowledge seekers, and through them, there is always something that you can do, because now more than ever, we need to spread this knowledge as quicker as we can and the faster we can to more people that we can. So if we together, it's much easier to do everything. So if you're listening and you got time, or you got skills, or you got you know the English language plus your language, there's so much you can do for all your community and all the everyone. So please, yeah, don't be shy. We you know, thank you.
Okay, you can see the email address. They can write at education@kfssi.org. Okay, we also offer a free platform for every language to be translated in the KF Wiki. So anyone who know how to translate from English to his language, we are offering a free platform to be put in the KF Wiki, and then we are building all the information in different language. So anyone who knows how to translate from English to his language, he can contact us also on education@kfssi.org, and we will contact you back about it. Okay, thank you very much. Carry on, okay.
Whoops, sorry, I had two other streams going on at the same time, and I heard too many voices there, but it's okay. Go ahead.
Hey, you want me to repeat? Did you hear?
I think everything was good except at my end here, and I think it went through on the live stream correctly, so I think we're good there. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Was there something more about that? I didn't actually catch the last part.
Yes. Only, also I want to add any skill. So if you're good with computer, because now we're going with the plasma technology. As you know, the Keshe plasma technology can be implemented in everything. So if you're a farmer, if you are painter, if you anything really, now is the time where we go into we have to be creative, and if you got ideas how to implement plasma in your fields, or if you're good, I don't know, with graphic, or if you're good with videos, your skill is precious to us. So if you
even animation,
yeah,
even animation,
yeah, exactly, yeah. So there are so much we can do.
especially animation. That's one of the ones that we could really use a lot of help with. I think it's the best way to present the technology in a quick and simple and easy to understand way. It's better than voice. It's better than, even anything else. I think a good animation can replace many thousands of words.
Yeah, going visual is definitely fast. We take more in when we take things when we see things visually, definitely. So
even
if anyone
graphics,
is
yes, even on graphics, anybody can make graphics. Is welcome.
Yeah, if there is any producer of Hollywood right now listening, we can make a movie.
Well, actually, a lot of them are out of work right now, and they're looking to new ways to show their talents. And maybe that's an opportunity for some Hollywood people to get involved. I mean, it's time. That whole industry is collapsing right now, totally. So they need to get behind.
It would be a good idea.
This.
Yeah, it would be a good idea if a film is made about the technology and Mr. Keshe, the story of his life. It would be very nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Already there are some people that are interested, but they're a little bit shy. But slowly, I think as we gathering the people together, I think we will have a movie or animation soon.
It's like we're in a live movie anyway with this technology. It changes so fast and it's so dynamic. At the same time, it has a common theme that runs through. It's like a real live action movie every day. We have Barbara's had her hand up for a while. Would you like to go ahead, Barbara?
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. I'm Barbara. I'm from British Columbia, Canada. I'm relatively a new knowledge seeker. I came aware of the Keshe Foundation the end of March, and my journey has been quite interesting. And I just wanted to share my experience as a new person. And I would have to agree with the fellow that was from Brazil about some of the teachings and things like that. So based on my experience. So I am an energy healer. I've been an energy healer since the 90s or even the late 80s. And intuitively, I made it here. And I just happened to see through a conspiracy video. I always look at the description. There was this hashtag, 1 cup, 1 life, and there was nothing else. And I was like, what is this? It intrigued me. So then I kind of landed on a YouTube channel with a fellow in Australia. Then I looked at his description, and then it was a Keshe, and this is how I landed into the knowledge seekers. Then I went onto YouTube, I started watching, and I wanted to know more. So I was like, you know, like, how do I do this? How do I do this? And so this is when I started kind of looking at people's names, finding them on Facebook. You were one of them, and messaging and you know, wanting that information. I came to Telegram through messaging another person in BC, and he gave me that. The information is not easy. I mean, there's information out there, but for somebody that's intuitively coming, or they just come across it, it's not that easy to find. I am a very driven person. I have a lot of skills in sales. I don't know if you're aware of Anthony Robbins. I was one of his promoters, top sellers back in the 90s. So I have a lot of skills that, you know, drive me to do things when I'm intuitively want to do things. And one of the skills that I have expressed that would be good to do is to come up with an elevator pitch when we do run into people. Something that's like, you know, Keshe Foundation, it's leading edge of technology, plasma GANs, or whatever we come out with, is to kind of capture their interest and then to give the information. So when I am introducing somebody to the 1 cup and that, I had to backtrack because I didn't know the plasma thing. So then I was searching, and somebody said, I said, well, where do I find this information? So then they said, well, go to the plasma teachings and stuff like that. So I had to bounce around. And then, you know, I contacted the foundation and all these things. And it's not been easy. And if I haven't been a driven person, I would have dropped off. There's a lot of people that just kind of would just say, this is, you know, this is too much. The videos are very long. It's okay for somebody that's really involved and they want to spend the time, that's great. You're going to lose a lot of interest. That video that's out there that has, I believe it's either the Portugal or the Brazil, where it's an animation, is fabulous. That captures someone's interest. Okay, then you can kind of lead them to something else. When I was building my 1 cup, I went onto the Wikipedia and there was a lot of information. It's daunting. And I am university educated. I have a lot of courses under my belt, and I find it kind of like overwhelming myself. So we need to simplify things, make it easy for people, because we're not going to reach the general population, even if their soul wants it, because they just don't get it. And it's hard. And like I was saying to one person, we need to make this as simple that a child could, you know, understand this. There's a lot of people that don't have the kind of knowledge that come to the table with this. And if we're going to get to the masses, we need to make it simplified. Make it a Reader's Digest version is kind of a term that just make it simple, make it understandable, and then they can kind of go to their level. Just like how Mr. Keshe, when I was asking about the teachings, and that they're going to make a platform that, you know, based on your knowledge, you could go this way and you can go this way. But we need to start from basics. And that's what I had to do with people. I had to say, okay, well, here's some teachings, go to this one. Because I had to backtrack. I was like wanting to do things that you guys were advanced. I mean, some of these, you guys have been on here for like 7, 5, 4 years. I've been on here for like a few months. And I was finding myself trying to keep up. Well, I can't keep up because I have to start with the basics. I have to do my 1 cup. I have to do my 2nd cup. I have to do my cup of man. I have to do my cup of soul and things like that. What I'm finding is that when people are watching this, that I have brought them into, that they're wanting to go to this and they're not understanding things and they're going through emotional things. It's a very emotional process. And for me, it's been a beautiful, beautiful ride. I am so blessed that I have come across this technology and I absorb as much as I can. And I just want to share and I want to serve. I'm a professional volunteer with many different aspects. So I have a lot of skills. And when I'm trying to get in and do things, I find there's a long delay in responses. And I know that you guys are overwhelmed. I know that there's a lot of problems that, you know, because the foundation got attacked. And we're all kind of coming together to do this. So we just have to make it simple and make it easy for the newcomers because we just don't understand. Like, you know, like 5 years of teachings, like I'm trying to catch up on some of the stuff and I'm not, you know, the time I work full time and I put in is probably more time listening and trying to do the teachings than I do working 40 hours plus overtime. Every moment I have, I do this, and it's a beautiful thing. I am just, it's amazing. And I want to share one experience that I had just recently. And that was, I came home and there was all these crows all over my yard, all over my house, just on my place. And I pulled out and I stopped. And the feeling that I had, I was so connected. It was just kind of like they come to greet me. So I paused and I said, thank you very much. And I pulled in my driveway and they just stayed there. I went in my house. I had to run out again. And then in the back, there was all these moths all over the place. I have my whole house plasmatized. I got ants all over the place. And then I left and I looked up and I looked at all of them and I said, thank you for your presence. And then they left. And I'll tell you, I was just like, wow, this technology is just so beautiful. I am just so honored and I just wanted to share that. Thank you very much.
Good points, Barbara. And from a veteran that's been around 10 years or more, you'll never catch up. It's not humanly possible. Humans will never catch up to this technology because it's dynamic. And Mr. Keshe always introduces new things. Just when you think you're starting to get a handle on something, it all changes and becomes something different. And it's to, you know, teach us to be versatile and able to change our direction and not to fixate on any particular part of the teaching, because it is multi-dimensional and it's made so that we can elevate ourselves to look at things from a higher perspective and be able to help others and so on and so forth. There's a lot to it though. It's a huge body of knowledge. And when you try to reduce that down in simplicity, well, it becomes it's a difficult thing. Mr. Keshe in the Kids Knowledge Seekers workshops, which were designed for children so that even a child can understand this very, very basic teaching. But yet, you know, right off the bat, he starts to get into describing the universe and how it works on different scales and so on and so forth. And yes, a child can follow along with it, but some of the kids workshops they're so deep because he talks on multiple levels at the same time. So someone that's experienced in life can get a lot out of those kids knowledge seekers workshops as well as a kid could. But it's a difficult position to try to reduce the teaching down to something that everyone can understand. And Mr. Keshe, does that brilliantly, and we're open to doing that. That's part of what we do here. That's what I do in the Keshe Plasma Reactor group. We could be discussing very intricate, rather details of some reactor technology or something. And the next question could be just totally someone that's totally new and they don't know anything about what the technology is about, and they could ask a very innocent question, and we deal with that and try to find a way to describe the technology for that particular person. And as far as having a sort of a I forget what you called it. I think a elevator. You're in an elevator with someone for 20 seconds. How do you deliver the essence of the plasma teaching to them in 20 seconds? Well, the problem is you have to know what their background is somewhat so that you can deliver it in a way they can understand. For most people, they don't have a science background, so you wouldn't introduce it in a science way, because you use a few science names and bingo, you've lost them. They just totally goes over their head. But they might understand feeling the fields and about the emotion and about how important that is in interacting and so on and so forth. So for that person, you might describe the technology in an emotional basis. Someone else that's a PhD in physics, you would describe it in a way that they can understand. Or someone that's a chemist in a way that they can understand, or a physicist. All of these disciplines are a different perspective, and they all are included in the plasma teaching. As Mr. Keshe said, it's when you're a chemist or a physicist, that's just putting together the plasmas in terms of atoms or in chemical combinations or in the interactions and so on. Those are the lower levels of the plasma teaching, basically on a physicality level. And then the idea is to interact with those people so that they can understand that the plasma technology is on a different level, and that they can enter into that by different means. But it's actually harder to teach someone that's a PhD than it is to teach someone that knows nothing about the technology. And Mr. Keshe runs into this all the time. It's the first thing that happens with the PhD in physics, or even in other disciplines, let's say, is they don't agree with the use of the language that Mr. Keshe uses, or they don't agree with something or another, and it conflicts with their 20 years of education, and they just can't handle it, and they usually leave. But those who can handle it and have learned about the plasma technology and about the fields and how the interaction of fields is so important, then they can open up enough to gain some knowledge and understanding, and perhaps interact with the Keshe Foundation and so on. There's many, Azar is a good example. She's well educated and a doctor and so on, but also is well educated in the plasma technology too. So she's combining both worlds, and that's a difficult place to be, but it is possible.
Thank you.
Yeah, Barbara, yes, really, I'm very pleased to hear what you said before, and agree what Rick said just now. And I found actually that more and more I found people like you that are super skilled, and for one way and the other they come across to the Keshe Foundation. For example, I know a person, he's a very well-known manager. He managed bands, famous band, music band. And he come across the foundation. And what he was really touched by was actually when he Googled, when he went to the website, in the Keshe Foundation website, and he looked the Health Council, when he was really touched by when you read that division that here we look, we visual like equality, and we visual like abundance for everyone, and clean the environment, and stop struggling. So all the things that the Universal Council or the Health Council they stand for, he was really touched by, and he thought that there are a lot of people in the world now are ready for this change. But he had a lot of experience, and he said the same things you said, that there is these things where you have people that with a lot of skills, but they don't know how. They would like to see the Keshe Foundation with more simpler information. And at the same time, we already in the Keshe Foundation, we understand you, because we know the amount of information that you can find, and sometimes is too much. He also said that I don't have 3 hours or 4 hours to listen to all the teaching. But this is where we try to come to a meeting point where somehow, because we are all volunteers, so many of us has gone, for example, I'm a practitioner. I just work with neuro conditions. So I got no skill in computer, no skill in marketing, no skill, And so so somehow, if we can combine our skill, that's why we right now we try to, as I said before, if you're new and I know that as you said, you try to, all the things you said, we experience that sometimes you have a slow reply, or you have because of nature, because we are so overloaded, and there are so much work and few volunteers that we find difficult even to keep up with people who come in as new. But that's why we try to do our best, on the sense that, as Eric and Emmanuel said, we created these groups. Somehow we try to create a bridge between people who are just coming in and people who already are in for a little bit, and they can help to organize the work. And then there is the other problem where maybe the people who are already in, they are not as expert in certain field as the people who are new. So somehow we have to find like a solution to this. I don't know if you have any idea from what you see on how to start. The only things I can say that what is available, there is available this, like Rick said, there is available this Telegram, or there is available there is a way that you can get in contact to some other knowledge seekers, and somehow get involved with the volunteer work on the little time that maybe you have available, because you said you're quite busy with your already full-time job. So and many people here have already full-time job, and they try to do their best in their own free time. So I don't know if you got solution, but we're open to this. That's why this platform of Tuesday is it's for people like you, come in and say what you said, and find solution. And maybe eventually we find a way to balance everything. So
well, it's quite daunting. I mean, this is a grassroots organization, and it is a huge paradigm shift as well, because this is something totally out of the norm. I mean, you're taking people that come from multiple backgrounds, and they're just going like, huh? Like they don't understand this. Is there a volunteer coordinator? I noticed that Raphael had done something like that. I think that might be something of use if there's not something like that. I do have experience in different volunteer organizations. I've been president of nonprofit organizations. Like I said, I have multiple skills, and they have actually been brought to the table. You know, I'm thinking like, what am I been doing this my whole life? I mean, I took peace studies in 1999. I'm a trained conflict resolution mediator, and I couldn't find work in it and administration. So I was like, okay, well, that was interesting. So now here I am in 2020, and I went, well, this is my purpose. This is what I've been preparing for. So this is why I just dive in, because I have brought to the table many skills that, you know, as my time on earth helping. So, you know, I can see things from different perspectives based on that. In terms of my conflict resolution, the highest structure breakdown is in nonprofit organizations. And that's a challenge. And that's because you're coming, you know, you have people from all different areas coming together. And if people don't like what they're hearing, they go, oh, well, I'm out. And if they do something wrong, they'll go, well, no big deal, because there's no accountability. So there's a fine line. And the peace treaty is beautiful. And what I see is the Telegram group, especially the world one. I would like to see people sign the peace things, because the stuff that's been coming through there, I mean, when I see something pop up and it's spam or it's pornography, I'm just like, you know, out of here, out of here, out of here. It doesn't look good for the foundation. I understand these things, so I'm tolerant to them. But there's people that will come in and they'll just go, and out they go again. And we want to attract, you know, good people, and we want to share this mission. It's a beautiful mission. And his new images, or whoever put that together, is just absolutely beautiful. I just like, wow. And so we're moving into the right direction, but we have a challenge of urgency because of what's happening. And it's not easy. Volunteers like yourselves get drained and you burn out. And it usually ends up falling on the same people all the time. You know, people will step forward and they'll go, yeah, this is this and this, and then they're out. They're all talk, but they're not willing to roll up their sleeves and do the work. And I'm willing to do the work. I mean, I'm willing to do whatever I can do to help. And so that's why I just absorb, because in order for me to help, I need a deep understanding of this organization, because I can't promote something that I don't know what's it about, because I'm not a car salesman. From my soul, whenever I do something, it's something I believe in my heart and soul. And I know each one of you people that are here listening, Universal Council, Mr. Keshe, this is from your soul. This is our purpose. And that's what we're here for. And I just want to say thank you. And I want to dive into my education teachings. I haven't received my passwords, and I'm just chomping at the bit because I don't want to miss out anything. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you, Barbara, because for example, I'm the opposite. Like I want to help, but I'm really bad in organizing and everything. I just don't know. And I'm, for example, I'm the Universal Council of the Italian language. And because I do really feel, like you said, that my soul, you know, straight away when I come across Mr. Keshe technology, I knew straight away, like instantly, that this was definitely my path. But I found that because of lack of knowledge in, for example, everything, I wish to have your knowledge, for example, I just don't know how to go right and left. So maybe I'm good on other things, but definitely on organizing. I say, for example, the Italian group, I personally, I'm learning as I go along, and I wish I could do more. And I'm really grateful when I hear people like you join us, because together I think definitely we can make a difference, but just I don't know how. Yeah.
Okay, well, one way how is to actually, Barbara, have you registered as a volunteer for the Keshe Foundation yet? Because that's the procedure.
I'm in the process of doing that. I actually received an email to be a supporter with the Universal Council. I'm unable to be an
That's
actual,
different. That's different. Yeah. So
as a
this is
volunteer,
what I'm talking about is you can go to the support site of the Keshe Foundation at support.keshefoundation.org, and then select the Volunteer and Human Resources Support Center out of the other 10 different support centers. And then when we go there, there's FAQs, you know, about working for the Keshe Foundation, and there's forms. There's expertise contribution form. And you can fill that out, and with details on what you'd like to offer and so on. And there's also a general contact form for questions or whatever about, but generally people would want the expertise contribution form, and that will sort of set you up and get you into the database. And there is a database of volunteers that have done this, and they put their specialties in the database to be called upon when necessary, is kind of the idea. So that if they need someone that's good in graphics or whatever, then they can look under the graphics and search for those people and see who's available. And also this, there's certain security protocols to go through, and this initiates getting you into, you know, passing security, which is also part of the private teaching. In order to be accepted to be a student of KF SSI, then you have to.
Yeah, I've already passed the security and everything like that.
Okay, and that's a big part of being able to contribute your expertise, is passing that part. And once that's done, then it's just a matter of finding the categories and make the puzzle part fit the puzzle, basically.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Yeah, I just want to help out in any way I have. Like I said, I come with multiple skills. Emergency management, I was the person that ran the center. I would organize like 50 volunteers and things like that. So
you seem like the perfect person that's needed right now. Like, we could really use a lot of help in the PR department, for example. And I'm supposed to be kind of doing that, but there's a lot of aspects I don't know, and I just can't handle. I'm already pretty busy and so on.
Your plate is full. A lot of plates are full here, and that's why I'm like going, hey, I can see this happening, and I'm like, I'm here.
And sometimes you got to keep putting your hand up and saying, I'm here, in order for those that are making the decisions to actually recognize you, and to it takes some time to kind of mesh and get accepted, and it's just difficult sometimes initially. And then once the rough edges get polished off, then usually we all get along fine.
Yeah, and, I appreciate that. I really appreciate it, and thank you for letting me voice. Like I said, I'm here to serve. That is my purpose. Has always been my purpose. And if I had one wish, I would live to work, and I would be just strictly a professional volunteer. I've retired from many things in that aspect, from like Coast Guard auxiliary to emergency management to brain injuries, and I'm in the health field. And there's a lot of times where I'm listening to meetings. I'm actually in a hospital, and I have my little earbuds going in, and when I can, I got my hand sprayer, which has got what in it, and I'm spraying my hands. So I have an opportunity to share the field. So
Absolutely. This is a big thing, this idea of this perfect words you said, professional volunteer. And this is the new job of the century, basically, is the way I look at it. And that's what's going to happen in this country of Canada very shortly, is people like you and I and others will be professional volunteers. They're going to get paid to do the work that needs to get done on this planet, instead of working our jobs to be able to support ourselves so that we can do the work. We'll get supported to be able to do the work, so it'd be more direct and less less to deal with in between, basically, so we can follow our passion to help, to serve. That wish to serve is, needs to be recognized and valued, and hasn't been valued enough in the past. We've always, as a society, had volunteers. While they're not paid, they work in their spare time, and they run the soup kitchens, and they run the clothes for people, and healthcare for people, and everything else to take care of people that the government doesn't. It falls between the cracks and so on. And a lot of that is people are working 2 or 3 jobs in order to have enough money to support themselves so they can be a volunteer at the things they're trying to help with, which is ridiculous. And that's all about to change. I have a very strong feeling, and that's the main topic of the government when they're getting together. Next meeting apparently is the guaranteed annual income. And that's what we're going to see as part of the politics coming up in our coming election as well. So it's all good, I think, and we're really leaning toward that point where people like the ones in the Universal Council, they should all be supported to do what they do, to have their basic needs met, so they don't have to spend all their time and energy just for basic survival, when they're working to help others for the benefit of others.
Absolutely.
So this is the new way of doing things, and I'm encouraged that it's going that way.
Well, I just want to say thank you very much. I'm honored to be here, and it's a very emotional experience for me because I've been struggling my whole life. What am I here for? Why am I doing all this stuff? And it's finally just come together. And we all come together for the greater cause of humanity. And like I said, there's a lot of people out there that are feeling, sad, and they're all, this whole COVID thing. I'm happy. I'm actually just ecstatic. And people are just like, what's up with you? I guess I'm just kind of maybe high on GANs. I don't know, but I'm just enjoying this ride, and it's a beautiful ride. And I just want to say thank you to all of you guys, Rick, and all the council members, and all the knowledge seekers, and all the panelists, and whoever, and especially to Mr. Keshe. This is the most beautiful time there is in our existence. Namaste.
Beautiful. Barbara, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you so much for sharing. We have all of us have mostly the same experience, The most educated
thank you, Barbara,
rejected.
and welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome, of course.
Thank you,
The most-
Barbara.
Welcome.
The most educated people rejected, and even their approach was so cruel, so disappointing. I can't say it in words. And the people, those I have contacted, the people, those who don't know the word of any literature, even an A, they accepted it. And many has a cure for that because of this plasma technology. Or I can say they are only for the shortcuts. And the shortcuts in physicality, we know how this work. Well, riding on a donkey. And Sometimes, as you say, as you are, Barbara, within a month, you get enhanced with your soul. It will take some moments for so many people. So this is happening. So, Rick, can I say the invitation to the UC Council if anybody has to say anything before that?
All right. Are there any other questions? I'll go back to that point in the presentation here. Let's see. There we go.
Yes, this is the invitation. And
we did have one question actually. Maybe we can address
okay.
before we do that,
Yes, of course.
which was in the Q&A from Diane, who asks, when a quote medicine person sees the energy of a being through Kathumi, Jesus, Buddha, beings that once had an earthly body, are they seeing the fields carried or made or left behind by that entity? So when the medicine person sees the energy of a being like Jesus or Buddha, beings that once had an earthly body, are they seeing the fields carried or made or left behind by that entity?
Yes, they can see the fields, the energy they left behind. They are so, anyone with a deep soul knowledge can see the energy. This is all the dynamic fields they left for us to know the knowledge. And if they tap into that energy, we say the process of healing takes place, the process of knowledge takes place. So it is always there. Even your your father who is dead, your mother who is not with you no more, is also like the Buddha. They became the soul. You can see, you can feel their energy. You can you can have the dynamic fields around you if you want. I have done this. I do this every time because I know my father loved me so much, and he was a very wise man. I can feel his energy every time. He was like Buddha. He was like everything to me. So yes, the dynamic fields, the fields of energy, you can feel and have the knowledge with it. So it is real. The medicine person uh, can see that. Many of them. Yes, it's true.
And many Aboriginal cultures already know that, and it's part of their language actually. And that's a big reason why the colonialists took away the language. Specifically, I'm thinking of Canada with the Native American Indians that live in Canada. Had to go to residential school, and they were not allowed to speak their language. They were specifically forbid, and they would be beaten if they were to or otherwise if they were to try to speak their language. So the idea there is the language is so alive and in the moment that they feel the fields of these ancestors, and it's embedded in their language. It's not the ancestors lived in the past, it's that the ancestors are here right now, like right now, and that field is accessible right now. And that's embedded in the language, and the way the language is worded, the way the words are put together, the meanings and so on. It's totally an alive, in the moment contact with those entities language. And when that was taken away from the natives, they lost that connection, or most of them lost that connection with the immediacy of being in the moment and feeling those fields. And because they lost that connection, that's their soul connection, that was leads to everything from, alcoholism and drug addiction and all kinds of the effects that are caused by that separation that was caused by taking away their language. So now they have a strong movement to bring their languages back, and they're teaching them, and the medicine men are teaching the people the importance of the language and where it came from and how it has a meaning to it and where it connects with the source and so on. They actually explain that out. So it's encouraging that that's taking place. I think that's happening all over the world. It's not just in Canada. This is a new movement to reclaim that heritage, that connection with the elders and with the ancient ancestors and so on.
Yes, Terry. Thank you so much. Here in India also, the same thing. Many shamans of the tribes were murdered and infiltrated by what I can say, the Greco-Roman, British, and all these people. And the knowledge, you can see them wearing the dress of now we are wearing, hand with a mobile, and many of them forgot about what they have chanting before. In groups they used to dance in groups, the women's and the men, and they just in the collective they joined to the universal creator. They are so lovely people, and this love has gone. But now I think, I am sure, the universe is creating the gate, is opening the gate again, is open the gate again. I'm sorry, is open the gate again. And all the shamans, all the real teachers, as our Messiah is here, they are also here, and they are welcoming all of us with open hands. We can be the healers. All of us can be the healers. I am in this society. I have I have to beg for status, or I have to beg for everything. But now I know from within, I have my kingdom is there, and I am the queen. I can do what I want, and I can give whoever needed. So this is what is happening in this transition time, and this is beautiful also. All of this chaos going on, but still the love is there. We understand love now. It's of so volume. And thank you, Rick, for sharing uh, your words. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Sweta. I think that you can carry on here. There was one question in the YouTube. Can the Spaceship unit heal addictions such as opiates or others? I told them, yes, addictions are part of the processing available with the unit.
Yes, yes. But you have to receive that, the plasma in the love, fields of love, dynamic fields of plasma love. You have to be a receiver and a giver too. This is this is the ethos of the universe. You have to be a giver and a receiver both at the same time. Then you will get away with the addiction, any addiction you have. Thank you for asking the question. Yes, Rick, you have answered wisely. Thank you.
And there's
So,
one more question from Christopher. Says, sorry, I came late. How can I get in touch with someone in my country about healing and volunteering? I think we have a list of the Universal Council members coming up later, correct?
yes, yes. I will read the portion, the documents. Yeah.
Okay, we can look at that shortly to answer that question.
Rika, which nationality this person is, Chris?
Chris and YouTube, can you tell us what your nationality is, or how, because then we can direct you to the correct Telegram group or Universal Council member that can help you with healing and volunteering. And as we mentioned, he says he came in late, so probably missed the part where we showed the volunteering link. Actually, let me put the volunteering link into the chat so people have that handy. It's not always the easiest to find, so just give me a minute there. Okay, there we go. So I'll put the Keshe Foundation for volunteers. Oops. And that's for volunteering with the Keshe Foundation. I'll put it also into our chat here in the Zoom. And into the live stream. There we go. And so that's for the Keshe Foundation, and there'll also be a link that will show on the screen here, depending on your country, with a name like Camilo, perhaps Italy. I'm just guessing. In that case, you might want to get in touch with Stefania. So, okay. Okay, I think carry on, Sweta. That should be good.
Okay, thank you, Rick. So this is an invitation on the screen for the invitation, a call of love, an appeal of love to join the UC Universal Council membership or the Universal Council support membership. Please join, and I also appeal especially to the younger generation to join and join with the energy of the council, join with the energy of the council supporter, join with the energy of the universal community to serve, receive the knowledge forever, and give and be a giver forever. And so here is the invitation. Background information about the Universal Council can be found in the UC Charter and UC Mandate. You can go to the UC Charter and UC Mandate, and you can see how it is written, how soulful it is on the homepage of UC, Universal Council page. The decision to join will be made by your soul, because your soul has the free will to choose. So choose with your free will, with your soul. That is the most important thing, because we are all connected in a way with a universal creator, with the soul, and with each other. The decision to apply as Universal Council member for the open language positions, apply as Universal Council support member for any chosen languages. Apply by filling in the form at the bottom of this page. Rick, can you open the link, please? Wait for a while. It will take some moment. Um, it will open now, and there is the beauty you can see. This is the page. The color, you can say it's violet or purple. The color of I am, ascension, the color of ascension, the color of the beauty, and the totality. The Universal Council page, you can open the page and you can go through all the information about the Universal Charter mandate. Know your soul. If you don't know, go to the knowledge, know yourself, who you are, and why you came here. This is the beautiful page. Open it and see it. You can find many things you never find anywhere. So this is the page. Open it, please, dear souls. I request you with my heart and soul. And here is all the languages are also here. You can join with your own language. Here is the application, which is also in the violet or purple color. Here is the application. And this is so beautiful. You can fill with your soul, with your heart and soul. Make a wish, be the member of the council, be the member of the council supporter, be the member of the universal community, as we are all knowing, unknowingly supporting each other. Thank you so much, dear souls. But remember, plasma, the love of the plasma, the love of the universe is to give, receive and give. Both will work together. If somebody blocks, then it will not happen. So this only works when you are interacting with each other. So this is very important in this space technology, I will say, which is very, you can see in the lens exhibition the beauty, and we are stepping more towards it. And thank you. Please fill the form. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Whoever, wherever you are, my dear ones, I love you all. And salam, namaste, salute. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rick. Thank you so much.
Okay, very good. We have a message in YouTube from someone they call themselves Concerned Person. And they say, hello there, we are father of 50 years old and a son of 11 years old. I have just fell upon the wonderful work the Keshe Foundation is doing last week. So we have a new knowledge seeker making their presence known on YouTube.
Welcome, welcome, dear one. Welcome to the foundation. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here.
Welcome, and plus I just want to remind to everyone that this platform of today, every Tuesday we meet up here to organize and discuss ideas and work. So this Tuesday is for this, exactly for what we done today. So I want to thank you as well, everyone, for your help and the collaboration. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for your support.
Thank you all.
Mariners, you have your microphone open. Did you want to speak?
Yeah, okay, thank you. You see everywhere. Hello, everybody. Glad to hear you. Two things. First of all, people maybe notice the technological aspect of Keshe Foundation, but the hard part of it is, or beautiful part of it, is the aspect of soul science, soul knowledge, which a lot of people, in some parts of the world, they have less, they don't know much, they are not busy with it. So it's not just a business who sells things, who wants to make money, who wants to have more people, to have fan club or like Facebook or whatever. just the soul teaching in a universal level. So that's what I hope people notice, the difference from a local management business. This said, so I honestly prefer the purity of organization, even slow, very slow at the moment pace, rather than being filled with people who just see the surface and not the real message of the universal soul teaching. So purity is very important for me, to stay pure, pure essence of intention, rather than many people who come for other aspects of knowledge. Okay, this said, as far as a beautiful story of Rick about Aborigines, I really got the understanding now, because you see, I know already that some people, some cultures especially, can call the ancestors. And like what you said, that in Aborigines, which are not very progressive in other aspects of material, so it is combined with their language. And I really got that. I really understood what you said as far as their the call for the reminding them of ancestors was mixed with the language, because I really believe in each language there is a quality. Like in French language, gives some reflection for people who use it. I noticed these differences in languages. By the way, another thing, it was the story I wanted to say, if you have time, that children also see these auras, and doesn't matter in what country. Actually, I wanted to say I know a person who was like that, but in fact, it's me. It was me. From years ago, I noticed that babies of certain age, before they talk, they were interested with me, like they see a clown or somebody who, when they cry, they got quiet, they become friends, they come too. And it was very embarrassing, because I had to explain to their parents that's normal, they get attracted to me. So it was very embarrassing for me. And then it became lower, even children less than 1 year. And in the last time, it was bad thing in the swimming pool. The child is less than 1 year. She's looking at me. She falls down. I was very sad about it. So I really wanted to know what it is, because I don't do anything. These are not my style of age, because they don't talk. I can teach or learn nothing. I had heard about the auras. They see the auras, people. They see who they are. They are watching. And that continued, they continued. Now I am not that much embarrassed because I can do nothing about it. But it's amazing. And I was always telling parents, I want to know what they see. It's like they see a clown or something when they go to the park or play, they get happy like that. So I didn't get any words from anybody, and but it stays, albeit maybe about 15 years now. And it happens if they cry, they store something, I get close to them. I talk like seriously, like adult. What's matter? But they stop crying, and so it's still amazing. But I see it's the way it is. It's not that I'm somebody really better than anybody else or worse than anybody else. There are moments my husband gets angry with me, or especially about my husband knows physics and mathematics, and we still have problems with my being so much involved with Keshe, honestly, because Keshe Foundation, because he needs formulas, he needs scientific modules, experimental modules, and he's firmly on his opinion. So it doesn't mean we are better or worse, but children see something that's amazing. They see something and then they lose it. I've had a neighbor that 2-3 years ago, he was like that. Now it's 4 or 5, he doesn't look at me. So there's something between children who don't talk at a certain age, who they feel something that the parents don't see. It doesn't have to do with appearance. My husband said, oh, because you had a hat or because you had umbrella. It's not just that, it's something they feel, maybe like dogs or something. So that's something that we are more than what we see. So it's still a little embarrassing for me. I don't want this kind of things, but the experience continues all the time. So that's all. I think we are progressing very well because the videos that have more viewers, all the videos in other languages, I noticed they have more viewers than before. So we are moving even without the mass media support, because we are on the truth path. We are in the path of the truth. We are strong because of that. My opinion. Thank you very much. By the way, I'm UC supporter. I still can't get into meetings for UC supporters. So I wish I could. And good luck for everybody who works hard. And I don't know what I can wish you. I can wish you the spirit, the soul elevation. I think that's the real joy I wish you all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mehran. Okay, is there another part of the program here that we should be moving into? Is there soul teaching today?
We done it already before. I think we can close with these beautiful notes. And we done it before.
Okay, well, let me show the links to the documents here, and this shows the what do you call it? The email address for the various contacts for the Universal Council. Do you want to talk about that, Shweta? Or?
Yeah. This is the link to the. I just wanted to say that links to the document. This is dear souls. This is the link to the documents as I invited you to join the membership of the UC Universal Council and Universal Council support. You can go to the links direct to the documents, and the documents are the UC Charter, the link is below, the UC Mandate, the link is below, the EC, the Earth Council Constitution also there. You can click on the link, and the most important thing, the peace roadmap. As Barbara said, please sign the peace treaty, because peace is the most important thing to trigger everything, the love, the universal love, everything. So go through the peace roadmap. You will understand how the foundation works in a way towards peace, towards world peace. And in the side, there is a contact emails or every UC members now present and active. Anybody can contact, and they here in the UC. And maybe a moment's delay can happen because of some, as you see, the events are going on. But have patience, my dear, with your heart and soul. We will contact you as early as possible. So here are the email address. Please do contact, and I give you my love and blessings of Ma, and I'll say victory of the light. Thank you. Salam, namaste, salute. Thank you, my dear Rick. Always thank you.
Okay, very good. People won't be able to click on these links in the videos, but I'll post the links in the chat for YouTube. Try to, let's see, is that going to work?
Thank you. Thank you, Rick.
And if people want to contact their Universal Council member, which the email is on the right-hand side here. All of the addresses are at theuniversalcouncil.org. So it's at theuniversalcouncil.org, and then the language is under UC dot and the language, and then at theuniversalcouncil.org. As you can see on the screen here, what I'll do is I'll actually make this bigger, I think, so that people can read those easier. Okay, so it should be a little easier to see those Universal Council representatives list.
Yes, thank you, Rick. Now everybody can see that the email ID and post according as the language. Even those who want any other, even out of the language, with love, somebody want to ask something, please do contact that also. Anybody can contact anybody here. This is the transformation. This is the transparency we have. Thank you, dear Rick. You are always so helpful.
Okay, very good. So it's bringing us toward the close of our program here, but we're open to any last questions and comments, I believe.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Somebody asked a silly question. What is the contact email in English? We don't have an English contact email. We don't have an English representative. We did have an English representative, but he retired, so he became older, too old to be the representative, basically. And is it true we need a new Universal Council English representative? And do we have an email address for English?
No, not today, but not now. But maybe we'll soon get a council member for English. My dear, who this.
Sorry, you're breaking up. I couldn't understand what you just said there.
The gentleman asking for the English contact. Maybe soon we will get. Can you hear me, Rick, now?
Yes, yes.
Maybe a UC member will be there for English mail ID to contact. I wish for that. And I say to the gentleman that English is the worldwide language, mostly spoken in the world. And you can contact anybody here. Everybody knows English if you have any question immediately. So this is also an option for you. And I soon and hope very soon we will get UC English, but we have UC supporter for English language. And if you ask any question, we will forward to him. He will answer that. So thank you for that.
Still should be an English address for the Universal Council to what do we do for if a government official that's English wants to contact the Universal Council, they have to contact someone that's a different language in order to contact them? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
so that should be fixed right away. We should, that is a discrepancy that needs to be addressed.
Yes, of course. I agree. Derek.
It wasn't exactly a silly question, concerned person. That actually is very pertinent. Thank you for your question. It's kind of important, actually. So
yes, very important indeed. We are also here learning and getting the knowledge, and this gentleman just gave us that knowledge that we should be awakened like that.
Dan mentions, is there Spanish and Romanian or others that are on the list yet?
Romanian, yeah, this is in this list. No.
No, but we don't have a Spanish representative.
No, she retired.
Okay.
John, you will never retire, never.
Oh, I'm too old. I'm already retired. So what can I do?
No, in our dimension, nobody retires.
Well,
everybody.
But the instruction was if you're over 60, you have to retire.
You retire as the Universal Council main representative, but you can still be a support member.
Yeah, I am.
You'll never retire, John. Good luck with that. You're like me. You're a lifer. I was supposed to retire this year, but it didn't happen. Didn't even make a dent.
Never retired, never as dog.
Jalal.
Never be fired.
We are not going to retire, never.
No way.
Yeah, of course.
We're actually too young to retire, not too old to retire.
Yeah, we have just started growing up. How can you say
retire? Younger every day.
Especially that now we are having a big party coming up and having a good time. We don't want to retire in the best bit.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so much happiness. So much.
There is a saying, we're busier in retirement than we were when we working.
And this is Barbara? Yeah, yeah, of course.
And you
This
find
is
out that you find out the word retire means just to be tired again. It's even more work.
I love it.
Great.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, Rick. Oh, go ahead.
No
please.
retire.
No retire. Never. No retirement. Oh well. Sometime I will say, from the soul level, we are becoming immortal. So this is the beauty here.
Yep.
John?
The easiest
Best
way to
anti-aging.
become,
Best anti-aging.
the easiest way to become immortal is to simply agree to be of service. And then if you're doing the job, they can't take it away from you, and you continue being of service for eternity. And that way you have your life forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just back to Jalal, we can neither be fired nor retired, Jalal. Hey.
I know.
Endless fun.
I know. I put a smile on your face. I know.
You did, Jalal. You always do.
Endless fun.
Yes, Stefania.
Jalal, did you get your 500?
Oh, that's for a long, long time, my friend. I am paying it back now.
Okay, is there anything else we should be addressing here? Or should we bring things to a close now?
Yes, please. And I just would like to thank you, everyone, for your support.
Well, a big thanks to all of the Universal Council members who work hard in the background and support this movement. So thank you very much for the work they do. Much of it invisible on various levels as they give from the soul freely, as we read in this last meme here, that I give freely from my soul to all souls in existence. Take what you need. Universal Council. So many thanks to the Universal Council for existing. And we will also be attending the same workshop next week, same time, same place. And I'm sure we'll have more souls added to both the Knowledge Seekers and the Universal Council, as it seems to be the time for that to take place. Okay, anything else to add?
Yes, I would like to add one thing.
Of course.
For anyone hearing and he is in this teaching, whenever and wherever he listened for one word, or he is joining one program of this all knowledge seekers workshops in the plasma, you must be a special, because your soul brought you here to hear that words, and this is your teacher. Have a faith in it. Thank you.
Rick, don't forget your Reactor group later on.
I'm just about to say that, John. Thank you for prompting me. So there's the shows coming up. We have the Keshe Plasma Reactor group which to me is at 10 p.m. Pacific time tonight, Tuesday. But for most people, they'll relate to the European time, which is Wednesday at 7 a.m. Central European time. So it's Keshe Plasma Reactor Group for those that would like to show their replications, maybe of the One Cup, One Life or other reactors, other things, projects you might have going on, or if you just want to discuss some concepts or have questions, and we welcome beginners and experts, depending, we can accommodate all. And it's an open platform. We discuss a lot of different topics, but we always try to bring it around to the plasma technology, the plasma teaching, as shown to us primarily by Mr. Keshe as our main source and teacher of that technology. Okay, and we also have, of course, the Knowledge Seekers Workshop coming up Thursday at the usual time of 9 a.m. Central European time. And just to note that the Knowledge Seekers Workshop of next week of the 24th will be on 2 p.m. rather than the 9 a.m. Starting time. So we'll remind people also after the workshop this week that next week's workshop will open basically 5 hours later. Alex mentions in the chat here, congratulations to Brazil, just past 6,200 members. Wow, that's great. And I know a lot of that is probably due to your hard work, Alex, in presenting workshops and carrying on with that teaching. So thank you very much for that work that you're doing there. Another one of the hard workers in the background doing their volunteer work for the Keshe Foundation. So very good, Alex. All righty. Okay, and I think that's it for now. We've got private teachings coming up next week as well. We'll make some announcements on that, probably in the Knowledge Seekers Workshop. Okay, I think that's it. I believe we'll end today's workshop. Thank you everybody for attending today's workshop. Let me get the screen share up here. There we are. One second. Okay, yes. Thank you everybody for attending today's 135th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace for Tuesday, September 15th, 2020. See you all next time around. Bye for now.